This looks bad. We might have to abandon the bridge after all. Either way, we can't afford to lose Count Gloucester. We have to secure an escape route and rescue him.
That's not going to be easy. We'll have to take the surrounding strongholds first.
If we do not hurry, my father's life will be in danger. Can we make use of the archers?
Firing a volley right about now should do the trick. Archers, attack!
Count Gloucester's locked in battle in the center of the bridge. Hurry and rescue him!
We must save my father at once.
I had hoped to achieve victory without bloodshed.
It took you this long to arrive? Not that I expected much from our fraud of a leader.
Yeah, sorry about that. We're here now, at any rate.
My, well done. I can take it from here. Go forth and continue your assault.
I would not trust that fickle weather vane. He's liable to betray us at the slightest breeze.
We've got an escape route now, yeah?
I cannot fall here.
Count Gloucester, are you all right? At least we made it here in time.
Ah, so you have come to rescue me. You have my gratitude. I thank you. However, the situation is dire. Please cover my soldiers as they escape.
Now seems like an opportune time to curry favor with the Empire. Troops, we are defecting. Move out!
Looks like Lester's weather vane can't sense the prevailing wind after all. Don't hesitate to take them out.
Time to show how strong you've become.
We've got no choice but to abandon the bridge.
I should have never thought the Empire my ally.
Count Gloucester, order a retreat.
I shall bring up the rear and draw the enemy away. All troops, withdraw from the bridge post-haste.
This isn't our last battle by a long shot, so we can't afford to lose any more troops. Guard them as they retreat.
Don't let them get away! Ah!
At least we disposed of one problem. Is it safe to retreat now?
Sorry, but I'm not letting anyone escape. Get in my way and I'll knock you flat!
Caspar, is that you? Well, no way am I gonna let you stop him!
You're pretty tough, but I'm not gonna back down now.
Caspar, are you all right? Honestly, must you always rush off by yourself like that?
Now we have to guard against any enemy generals in pursuit. We can withdraw once everything is secure.
Yeah, they're not gonna let us just waltz out of here. Target the enemy as soon as they pop their heads out.
Linhardt, what are you doing? The enemy's gonna get away!
You would have died if you'd kept fighting. You need to pay closer attention to what's going on around you. I guess we probably shouldn't let them escape. Shall I open the gate to draw them in?
Stop, Linhardt! Don't go off by yourself and... I'm still too hurt!
If there's one thing Linhardt hates, it's a pointless fight. We might be able to convince him to surrender.
I really don't have much choice, do I? Sometimes you have to fight even when it's a pain.
Has the Valley of Torment frozen over? I never thought I'd hear you say something like that.
You know you'll end up dead if you keep going, right? So just surrender already.
You could have said as much before you beat me up. You're all cruel, you know that? But fine.
You were never the type to fight to the death anyway. If anything, I'm relieved. So you captured Linhardt, huh? Sorry to ruin your fun, but I'm taking him back!
Is he the only enemy general left? Then let's take care of him before reinforcements arrive.
If we can spare the effort, wouldn't it be preferable to take out all the nearby strongholds?
Fine, you can keep Linhardt then. I can't die here.
Now we don't have to worry about them chasing after us. Let's get a move on and retreat before... What's that?
You appear to be outmatched, Caspar. Allow me to show you all the full might of the Empire.
Reinforcements have already arrived. Then I have no other option. House Gloucester hereby swears fealty to the Empire. Cease fighting and throw down your weapons. Further resistance is futile.
What? Fall back! We need to get out of here!
Claude, what is the meaning of this? Father! Why are you surrendering to... Father! Claude, what is the meaning of this? Has the Alliance forsaken my father?
Far from it, Lawrence. Just calm down and we'll talk this through.
How am I to remain calm at a time like this? The noble House Gloucester has been relinquished to Imperial control!
Considering his position, I'm sure Count Gloucester anticipated this possibility and has already laid the groundwork to switch sides. I doubt the Empire will lay a finger on your father.
So you've been thinking Count Gloucester might surrender all along?
The Count's greatest concern has always been keeping the people of his territory from getting swept up in the war. It only stands to reason that he'd prefer a noble surrender to a lengthy, bitter resistance.
I expect House Ordelia will follow suit and pledge fealty to the Empire.
Lawrence? Shouldn't we be returning to the Count?
If we go back to House Gloucester, we will no longer be able to fight for the Alliance. Is that what you desire?
No, of course not. Far from it.
I intend to remain with the Alliance army as well. Assuming that's all right with you, Claude?
I wouldn't have it any other way. This war has only just begun, after all. Since we've lost the bridge, the Imperial Army will soon descend upon Leicester itself. We can't allow them to run rampant over our land. It's time to redraw the battle lines. Everyone here? Then let's get right into it. We have to figure out exactly where we stand in this war. As you all know, the Empire has taken the Great Bridge of Myrddin. The Imperial Army now occupies what was formerly House Phlegethon territory. House Gloucester has surrendered to them as well.
Doubtless an agonizing decision on my father's part.
House Ordelia, to the east of the bridge, has also vowed not to take up arms against the Empire.
We had precious little in the way of arms in the first place. You have my deepest apologies.
You don't have to apologize, Lysithea. Count Ordelia did what anyone would have done.
And now Lawrence and Lysithea can't even go back home.
That's not all. After the battle, the Imperial Army crossed Gloucester territory and attacked Garreg Mach. Rhea and the rest of the Central Church have apparently fled to the kingdom for sanctuary.
Then I suppose none of us will be able to visit our old school anytime soon.
I hope no one from the church was hurt.
There's no point in worrying about it now. But they're all tougher than you think.
Now that the monastery has fallen, the front lines are rapidly expanding north. It won't be long before Deirdre is within their reach. And if our capital falls, the Alliance goes with it. We have to stop them there, no matter the cost.
That all sounds well and good. But how large of an army will you even be able to raise at this point?
I don't think House Edmund will be able to send more troops. I'm sorry.
Which means House Goneril is the last of the 5 great lords upon whom we can rely.
I'm not so sure the combined forces of Houses Regan and Goneril will be enough to hold off the whole Empire.
We'll just have to work with what we've got. And let's not forget the hero of Daphnel.
Who?
He speaks of Judith, the head of House Daphnel. She was once counted among the 5 great lords.
We can definitely count on her. It helps that she seems to really like Claude for some reason. But we can't expect much from her in terms of sheer numbers. Any chance the kingdom could send troops?
I doubt they'll have any to spare. They've just started engaging the Empire themselves over in the west of Fargus. And besides, I'm not sure how much we can really trust them. I still have no idea what's going on in Dimitri's head.
Well, we have an idea of how big our army's gonna be, if nothing else. What's the plan?
I'm still working that out. For now, all we can do is hold our ground and fight with everything we've got.
You can always count on me. And my muscles.
Thanks, Raphael. That unfounded confidence of yours is like music to my ears.
Lady Rhea, Sedith, I'm relieved you both made it out unharmed. It appears we arrived just in time.
You have our utmost thanks for aiding in our retreat, Your Majesty. I can only apologize for the trouble we may have caused your outfit.
King Dimitri, I cannot express just how grateful I am to you and all the fine people of Fargus.
The honor is mine. Your order provided me with immeasurable aid during my ascension to the throne. My citizens would have branded me a heathen had I not returned the favor.
And now it seems we are the ones who owe a debt. The Church shall provide whatever assistance it can to your efforts.
If you see it prudent, I have no objection to placing the Knights of our Order under Kingdom command.
Thank you both. While it pains me to qualify our hospitality, this kingdom is not a wealthy one, neither in goods nor provisions. I fear we may struggle to compensate your soldiers, or even to feed them.
You needn't trouble yourself with such concerns. Your generous offer of shelter will be more than enough.
Very well. We've lingered here long enough. Let us make for Ferdiad. There's much to discuss. The Church, the Kingdom, and the battles to come.
It seems the Leicester campaign is proceeding smoothly.
Indeed. Count Gloucester's timely surrender allowed us to advance with minimal casualties. Ferdinand's battalion is tightening the noose around House Regan's territory as we speak, The Minister of Military Affairs is making the necessary preparations to move his forces into the Alliance as well.
Once Count Burgalius takes the field, we won't have anything to worry about on that front.
Yes. And at the moment, we have little choice but to divert most of our military might to our conflict with Fargus on the Western Front. I fear Count Rowe's abrupt change in allegiance will have only served to further provoke the kingdom's army.
Ah, yes, him. He disregarded our timetable and launched an attack on the kingdom without our approval. And in doing so, has done nothing but make trouble for the Empire. Still, we can hardly afford to abandon him.
We have led our vassals to believe the Empire will always come to their aid. What a troublesome policy that has turned out to be.
The policy may be irksome, but we will not fail to honor it. Dispatch immediate reinforcements to Count Rowe.
Understood. And what message shall I send to Count Burgalius?
I'm still a little wary of the Alliance's plans, but tell him we leave matters in his capable hands.
Golden Wildfire, the Golden Guardian. After Count Gloucester's surprising defection, the Empire's invasion of Leicester begins in earnest. The Alliance Roundtable unravels, and the region descends further into chaos. Yet the Alliance does not yield. Claude takes command and rallies his comrades, insisting that so long as they can withstand the Imperial onslaught on Regan territory, they will survive.
And that's where things are. It's only a matter of time before the Imperial army marches on Regan territory.
Once again, Margrave Edmund is only offering financial support instead of troops.
My apologies. I'll do all I can on the front lines in my adoptive father's stead.
And on top of that, he sent his adorable daughter to risk her life on the battlefield. Unbelievable.
I'm so sorry for the trouble.
You have nothing to apologize for. The blame rests squarely on your father's shoulders. Mark my words, the next time I see him...
I think we get the picture, Judith. Save that fire for the battlefield. We're finally free of Count Gloucester and his overbearing pompousness. You don't need to go filling his shoes.
Isn't that exactly why you called me here? If I'm to fill his seat, I assume I also get his right to complain. Honestly, what's going on? The Alliance is facing an unprecedented crisis, and these great lords can't even show up to their own roundtable.
House Ordelia has no ability to resist the Empire, given our location and lack of military power. Were my father to take his seat at the Round Table now, the Empire might interpret it as a show of defiance.
I take it that means House Ordelia won't be contributing to the Alliance in any way. 2 of the 5 great lords have effectively forfeited their seats. Why not fill Ordelia's chair with someone like Viscount Seward?
Not happening. Can you imagine the fuss Albany and Burgundy would kick up when they learned we only asked Seward to participate? Those 3 houses have always been treated as equals. Besides, I doubt Viscount Burgundy could come even if we did invite him.
House Burgundy's circumstances are much the same as House Ordelia's. In fact, their position may be even worse than ours.
How are we supposed to stop the Empire like this? House Goneril was supposed to swoop in and save our skins, and even they couldn't bother to attend.
Leave it to my brother to eat some bad mushrooms just before an important meeting.
Don't you make excuses for him. If Holst couldn't make it, then the Duke should have come himself.
House Goneril has already pledged their full support. They're not the problem here.
Then why waste our time with this conference?
Our troops were provided by the Alliance's nobles. You know we can't act without a resolution from the Round Table, even if it is a mere formality. And anyway, the entire Alliance needs to be on the same page if we're going to coordinate our military strategy.
Well, as I said, I'm afraid there's not much House Ordelia can do, even if we are informed.
Be that as it may, we still have to get this done. Let's move on and discuss our strategy for the battles to come. This is it, folks. Right now, we need everyone focused on defending Deirdre. Here's the plan.
When we fought the Empire at the Great Bridge, it looked like they had a number of mercenary groups working for them. And yet, I didn't see any sign of Gerald's company among them.
It's not like that was the only battlefield, and there's no shortage of mercenary companies.
That's true. And you don't have any inkling of when the Empire is going to launch their attack on Deirdre?
No clue. They could strike tomorrow for all I know.
Then I imagine there's no time to waste in formulating a plan and fortifying the city's defenses.
Yep. If we lose the initiative, the battle's practically over.
If that's the case, then why are all of you just idling the days away?
The army can't act until Claude returns from those meetings. It's like no one can even sneeze around here without it turning into an endless debate. A king or emperor can make things happen with a wave of their hand. But I guess it's not so simple when you're leading an alliance.
Ruling by consensus may work in peacetime, but it seems to have a distinct disadvantage during a war.
Hey, Claude's calling for us. Sounds like the round table's finally over.
We better get going. If we don't hurry, all the food'll be gone.
It's not a banquet, you know. It's a war council. But yeah, we should move.
I'll be right there.
Let's start with introductions, shall we? Allow me to present the head of House Daphne, the Honorable...
The name's Judith. I'm joining the War Council at the invitation of our Supreme Leader here.
It is a pleasure to see you once more, Lady Judith. I am heartened to know that we will be fighting at your side.
You're Gloucester's kid, right? You've grown into quite a handsome boy over the last few years.
I'm sure all the men here seem like little boys to someone like Judith.
Ah, Duke Goneril's daughter. You've grown quite lovely yourself. You'll be outshining me in no time.
Are you kidding? I've got a long way to go before I can compete with you.
I don't really know what you two were talking about, but I think I'm ready for it to be over. Let's start the briefing.
So, you want us to hamper the Imperial Army's advance in order to delay their arrival at Deirdre?
That's right. And we'll use every bit of time we gain to tighten up our defenses around the capital in preparation.
Then we have to avoid losing too many of our allies before the battle in Deirdre.
Exactly. Hold them off as best you can, but the second you're in any real danger, I want you to fall back.
It's easy enough to order retreat after retreat, but I don't see how that's supposed to win the day.
Can you be more specific? How exactly are we going to slow down the Imperial Army?
We'll use our terrain advantage to impede their progress and keep them off balance. A small force should be more than enough to handle that. Ultimately, our goal is just to buy time until the defenses are ready. And if we can just stop them from taking Deirdre...
Claude, I have to ask, are you keeping some kind of incredible top-secret plan from us?
Sure, I may have something up my sleeve, but it won't amount to anything if we fail to protect Deirdre, I can promise you that.
But if we succeed, then this plan of yours will get us out of our predicament? If that's the case...
Yes, then there is still hope.
You kids are all so young. Don't do anything rash and get yourselves killed, all right?
All right. Let's reclaim all that time we wasted on the roundtable conferences. Watch each other's backs out there. I know we can do this. Looks like the Imperial Army has finally begun their march in earnest, and they're headed straight for Deirdre.
Okay, but what's the problem? This is exactly what you thought would happen.
True enough. But even if I read the enemy perfectly and our allies do their absolute best, I can't do a thing about the odds. In the end, it's still a coin toss. It never should have come to this. If only I'd managed everything better in the first place.
Hey, don't beat yourself up about it. That's not like you. There was no avoiding this situation, regardless of who was leading the Alliance. In fact, I bet things would be a whole lot worse if it was someone else.
Maybe, but I'm not so sure. I can't help but feel there was another way I could have handled this. I had all these grand ambitions when I became leader. So much I wanted to achieve. But there's no time for any of that now. I've got my hands full just trying to keep the Alliance safe. It wasn't supposed to be like this. Tell me, friend, what should I do next?
Why are you asking me? I'm no fortune teller.
Fair point. I guess all we can do now is keep moving forward. One foot in front of the other.
Do you think your leader is all right? He seems a bit worn out.
Well, I tried to cheer him up, but I don't think it did much. Ultimately, all I can do is my best. That's probably the only thing that'll actually help Claude anyway.
I never imagined we would have such a difficult time advancing when our foes are so disorganized and dispersed.
Oh, I knew I shouldn't have come. I can barely handle everyday life, let alone a difficult mission.
Perhaps you would have been better off remaining at Garreg Mach then? I volunteered for this assignment, but surely you had other options.
Stay at Garrick Mock? No way! I do not want to be there when my father shows up.
Then why not request a transfer for the Western Front? The Aryan Road is infamously impregnable. You would have been quite safe stationed there.
And risk running into Lady Rhea? She's even scarier!
All right. Well, in that case, there is little you can do but focus on the task ahead. I cannot say I am pleased with our progress thus far, but Deirdre is finally in sight. If we can take the city, our mission will be complete.
The Imperial Army has conquered much of central and western Regan territory. They'll attack the city in a matter of days.
Thanks, Shamir. Your scouting prowess is unparalleled. I don't know what we would have done without your reports. It sounds like there's no point trying to delay them anymore. We need to pull the entire army back to Deirdre immediately. Hilda, send word to Duke Goneril and apprise him of the situation.
Leave it to me, boss.
It seems the repairs to the strongholds and gates have been completed, and all according to your specifications.
We actually got it done in time, huh? All that's left is to get our troops in position and our defenses will be ready. The Imperial Army is practically at our doorstep. You should all head straight to your posts.
Got it. I'll tell the others.
All of our commanders are so young and inexperienced, myself included. We wouldn't have any hope of victory if it weren't for the combat experience you two bring to the table.
You're putting a lot of stock in my skills, little Claude. Never thought I'd see the day.
If you can just get us through this fight, I'll be able to turn the tables. Don't let me down, okay?
Who do you think I am, boy? You've got nothing to worry about.
You've just got to believe in your friends, Claude. If anyone can do this, it's us.
That's what I'm betting on. Now let's win this. Hang in there, everyone. We'll turn this around, just you wait. The port can't remain in enemy hands. Use everything in your power to take it back.
Ah, our fearless leader finally makes his entrance. We've been holding out all by our lonesome.
My apologies, Judith. I had my hands full elsewhere. We'll need you to maintain our defense. Everyone else, make sure she stays alive.
Nice work. Keep it up.
One more left. Come on!
Okay, we need to go stabilize the front lines. Just make sure they don't steal any of our strongholds back.
What? They have recaptured the port. This does not bode well. Launch our surprise attack!
They set up an ambush inside the city? Can't say I expected that. Lower the drawbridge and intercept them.
We cannot allow them to break through our defense. Let us all band together.
Hey, maybe we should call in the archers? Archers, protect our line of defense.
Charge!
Plenty of treasure here, ripe for the taking. And take it we did. Time for a quick exit.
Looting at a time like this? The nerve.
At this rate, they'll break through our defenses. We need reinforcements.
Whew. I'm glad we got all that stuff back.
We'll protect Deirdre and the Alliance.
We are not finished yet. Keep up the assault. Show them what the Empire is made of.
It's no use. We're putting up a good fight, but we're one step behind. There's gotta be a way to turn the tables. Wait, that's...
Fear not. Host Sigisvald Goneril has arrived. I shall deliver Deirdre from the hands of the enemy. Into the fray.
Holst? What are you doing here? Not that I'm complaining, though.
I will crush the Empire forces. Everyone, follow me!
Leicester's mightiest hero has come to our aid. We can't be defeated now.
My lord, the fire orbs are ready.
Excellent. Prepare to fire. We shall blast a hole through their defense line.
Oh no, our defensive line is in jeopardy. Isn't there any way to stop them?
All right, it's my turn. All hands, attack!
Wait, isn't that Balti? What's he doing fighting for the Empire?
We managed to take out one of those weapons.
Haven't you heard of the jaw-dropping king of grappling? Guess not. Hilda! Keep this a secret from Holst, would you? Never mind. You're clearly gonna tell him.
You should be more careful about what jobs you take on, Balti. Balti, just give up already. Why don't you join us instead?
I've got no right to choose now that I'm beat. Do whatever you want with me.
I did not think I had underestimated you. This is terribly unfortunate. All units, attack! Follow me!
Thank goodness. Now they can't bombard us anymore.
It is a noble's duty to protect the people. We must recapture Deirdre.
All that's left is to take down the enemy general.
I must not fail here. This is for the future of the Empire!
It has been some time, Ferdinand, though I had hoped our next meeting would be for tea instead of battle.
Indeed. I would have much preferred trading barbs, not blows. I shall not lose, no matter who comes for me. Let my ambitions get the better of me. We must withdraw and regroup. Fall back!
We won! I want to hear those victory cheers, folks. They're probably planning a second assault after they regroup, but we'll see if that actually happens.
Look! The Imperial army is retreating!
Steady, Hilda. Don't get too excited just yet. We've only repelled the first wave of their assault. The Empire has been funneling a great deal of troops into Leicester since taking control of the Great Bridge of Murden. I expect they'll have plenty of reinforcements at the ready, fresh and fully prepared to fight.
Sharp as ever, Holst. I was thinking the same thing. We're not out of the woods just yet.
But you still have your plan, right?
I believe it is high time you explain exactly what scheme you hold up your sleeve.
Just keep your eyes on the enemy and you'll know soon enough. Assuming the plan actually succeeds, that is.
What do you mean by that?
Enough with the theatrics. Do you truly intend to evade our questions, even now?
Well, if that's what our leader says, we'll just have to monitor the Imperial army and await good news.
If you are satisfied with that, Lord Holst, then it will have to suffice.
How long are we going to have to wait before we know if it worked?
Good question. I'd say about 3 days, give or take. If everything goes as planned, it'll all be clear as a nice summer sky. And, Lawrence, apologies in advance.
Why are you apologizing only to me? That feels somewhat disquieting. Oh, very well. I shall wait to see just what it is you have been scheming. But to be clear, if this plan of yours fails, the Alliance is finished. We will no longer be able to resist the Empire.
Yes, I'm well aware. Failure isn't an option.
Move the injured soldiers to the rear. All those who can fight, reform your ranks. As soon as we are prepared, we will launch another attack on Deirdre.
Another one? Why don't we just, wait for Count Berkeley's?
Our enemy is exhausted, while we have plenty of soldiers who are unharmed and able to fight. This is the most opportune time to strike.
Lord Ferdinand.
Ah, General Ladislava. We've been waiting for you. Has Count Berkeley's arrived?
No, he has yet to depart the Empire. There has been some suspicious activity in southern Leicester that has made the Minister wary to proceed.
Suspicious activity, you say? Do we have any idea what the Alliance is plotting?
Not to my knowledge, sir. As much as it pains me to say it, perhaps we should fall back until we know more.
And yet here we stand, on the precipice of victory.
General Ladislava, our scouts have returned.
And what do they report?
Gloucester soldiers have launched a surprise attack on the Great Bridge of Murden. We've lost control of the bridge. We anticipate that House Gloucester and Ordelia's forces will soon seize the lands that belong to House Phlegethon.
So, Count Gloucester was deceiving us all along.
What? We've been tricked? Oh no, we're doomed!
It seems we have blundered right into an Alliance trap.
We have to retreat. Get out of here! Find someplace safe to hide!
Calm yourself, Bernadetta. A leader must project confidence for the good of their soldiers. We shall begin an orderly march to the Great Bridge of Murden at once. Though the enemy may give chase, stopping is not an option. We must maintain our course for the Empire and let nothing deter us.
Understood. I am with you, wherever you may take us.
I apologize for leading you both into this debacle. For now, all we can do is pray that any part of our host makes it back to the Empire safely. Forgive me, Edelgard. I may not be able to keep my promise to you after all.
The Imperial army is on the run. Looks like my plan went off without a hitch.
According to a messenger from my father, Gloucester forces have launched a surprise attack on the Great Bridge of Murden.
What did you say?
The Imperial forces were caught completely off guard and have been driven back. The bridge is once again under Alliance control.
He also said that Count Ordelia is working with Count Gloucester to fortify southern Leicester.
Using a false surrender to draw the enemy into a disadvantageous position. I take it that was your plan, my lord?
Yeah, basically. Except that Count Gloucester wouldn't have acted if we hadn't won the battle for Deirdre. That was the promise we made. And thanks to all of you, I held up my end of the bargain.
So, what's all that mean now?
They're saying that House Gloucester and House Ordelia never really betrayed the Alliance.
I hope you can all forgive me. I knew the whole time, but my father had sworn me to secrecy.
You knew about this, Lysithea? But my father never breathed a word of it to me. Claude, why was I not informed?
Again, I'm sorry about that. Your father made me swear not to say anything until it was over and done with.
But why? Is this another sign that he has yet to consider me a worthy successor?
That's not it, Lawrence. But it's also not my place to speak for your father. You should ask him yourself the next time you see him. I'm sure this all came as a shock to you, Lawrence, but there's no time to sulk. We need to move, and quick. If we don't surround and quash the Imperial army right away, this little plan will backfire, and Count Gloucester will be the one left vulnerable.
He's right. If Count Burgleys were to enter the fray now, our allies at the Great Bridge would be caught in a pincer attack.
So what's this pincer thing?
The territory on the opposite end of the Great Bridge is controlled by Count Burgleys, who is said to be the Empire's greatest warrior.
If his forces were to attack the bridge from one end, while the Imperial troops still in Alliance territory attacked it from the other...
I see where this is going. We need to move.
I hate to ask this of you when you're still exhausted from the last battle, but I'm going to need one more push from each of you.
Golden Wildfire. The leader's stratagem. The Alliance army pushes back the Empire at Deirdre, where they receive word that Count Gloucester has rejoined the Alliance. It seems his disloyalty was all part of a deceitful plan. With their position lost, the Imperial army begins to retreat. Claude and his allies press forward, planning to surround them as they flee to Adrestia.
The Imperial forces within the Alliance are currently dispersed between the western part of Regan territory and the northern part of Gloucester lands. They're making a desperate attempt to march south, but Count Gloucester's persistent attacks have slowed their progress.
I would appreciate it if you could be more precise with your language. In fact, my father's tactics have halted the Imperial army's southward advance.
I'm pretty sure that's what I just said. Anyway, here's where we come in. We'll surround the enemy, cutting off their retreat and cornering them in western Regan territory. Then, we give them a good thrashing.
That's it? Sounds kind of simple if you ask me.
Hey, what more could you want? All the best plans are easy to understand. Trust me, it's a sure win.
Yeah, even I know what's going on now.
We just have to herd the Imperial army into western Regan territory and stop them from moving any further south, right?
Couldn't have said it better myself. Just remember that the enemy knows this is their last stand. We have to proceed with caution. I want to finish them off before Count Burgleys has a chance to muster a sizable army and mount an attack.
Ferdinand and Bernadetta are leading the Imperial army, right?
I'm guessing you'd rather not kill them? Believe me, I don't want that either. We may have been in different classes, but they're still our old friends from the Academy. Once our forces are in place, I plan to offer them terms of surrender. But for now, we need to focus on driving their army into a corner.
You got it! I swear on these biceps, I won't let them get away!
I don't know. I'm not convinced it's gonna be that easy. But I guess that's besides the point. We've got to get out there.
You said it. Let's move out.
I can't believe that Count Gloucester betrayed us. The Great Bridge has fallen back into enemy hands.
Now that our troops are trapped on Alliance lands, House Regan and House Gloucester have them surrounded on both sides. It's doubtless one of Claude's clever little stratagems, and it stings.
I don't understand. Everyone is aware of the troubled history between Regan and Gloucester. Why would they decide to bury the hatchet now? Unless this supposed feud is little more than a web Claude has spun for this exact moment.
Perhaps it is, but perhaps not. For all we know, he wants us to overthink the situation and make a greater mistake.
As it stands, Ferdinand's forces are trapped behind enemy lines. The Minister of Military Affairs is moving to recapture the Great Bridge of Myrddin with all haste. However, I fear he lacks a sufficiently sizable force to do so swiftly enough to reach our isolated comrades before they are crushed.
We cannot stand idly by while our allies are in danger. What are our options, Hubert?
I have already taken the liberty of engaging several promising mercenary companies. I directed them to covertly enter Alliance territory and provide reinforcements to Ferdinand.
Why was I not informed of any of this?
From the very beginning, I had my doubts about Ferdinand and his ability to lead our troops to victory. I employed these mercenaries using my own personal funds, which obviated any need to report it.
And you believe they'll make it to him in time?
I do. It turns out that they are quite familiar with the terrain. I am confident that they will prove well worth the cost of their contracts.
It's funny, Hubert, to think that your complete lack of faith in Ferdinand might be the very thing that saves his life. The world truly is a mysterious place.
That you, Claude? What are you doing in a place like this?
Oh, hey. I'm not up to much. Just shirking my duties for a little bit.
Your plan's going well, huh? We've managed to corral most of the Imperial forces that are still in the Alliance.
Everything's moving like clockwork. At this rate, it won't be long before we've finished off the entire enemy force.
You don't seem too happy about it. Hasn't this whole war been unfolding exactly the way you thought it would?
So far, yeah. But it's not over yet. Unless we find a way to stop them, the Empire is going to make another play for the Great Bridge of Murden. And when that happens, we'll be taking on Count Burgleys himself. It'll be a brutal fight, no matter how many angles we try to play. And even if we pull it off, what then? Do we invade the Empire or just stay on the defensive? We don't know what's going on with the Kingdom and the Church, and the Almirans could decide to drop in on us again at any time. There are limits to how far I can map things out, but the Alliance won't survive unless I account for every possibility. I'm dancing as fast as I can here, but there's no end in sight, and these feet are starting to get tired.
You don't have to shoulder all that weight by yourself. I'm sure we can figure out a plan if everyone puts their heads together.
Now, there's an idea. Hey, would you be willing to hash it out with me?
Me? Oh, I'm not sure there's anything all that useful knocking around in my head.
Speak for yourself. I, for one, have plenty of wisdom to share. Perhaps I should grant you some?
I probably won't be much help, but on the off chance I do get a flash of inspiration, I'll be sure to let you know.
Excuse me? I've placed myself at your disposal, yet you claim there's only an off chance that I'd have a good idea? I'd appreciate a little more credit.
You know, I'm really glad you're the one who hired me, Claude. You've got vision. You think about all these things that never even occur to me. Plus, I know you'll always pay me on time.
Well, thanks for the vote of confidence. Sorry to make you listen to all my griping. But you know what? I feel a bit better now. Maybe it's not such a bad thing to let it all out now and then.
Well, if all you need is someone to vent to, I'm here. I'll even give you a real good rate on it.
Wait, you're charging me for this? You mercenaries sure know how to bleed a guy dry, don't you?
Lord Ferdinand, I've brought an envoy from the Alliance.
Allow me to introduce myself, sir. My name is Holst Sigisvald Goneril.
It is an honor to meet you. Even those of us from the Empire have heard tales of your valor. I am Ferdinand von Eyre, and this army is under my command.
I come as a representative for the Leicester Alliance. I'm sure you can guess what I'm planning to say.
You are here to ask for our surrender, I take it.
Your army is surrounded with no hope of victory or retreat. There would be no dishonor in laying down your arms.
So the Empire declined our terms? I guess that's not a complete surprise.
It was as if he didn't even consider the possibility. Perhaps he'd have regarded it an affront to his pride as a noble of the Empire.
He's really willing to throw away the lives of those who serve him just for that?
Actually, his troops' morale seemed unexpectedly high. I believe they've steeled themselves for a fight to the death. Not without exception, of course. One of his officers was hiding under a table, and I noticed some dispirited soldiers about their camp.
Hiding under a table? That has to be Bernadetta. I mean, who else could it be? I wonder if she'd hear us out.
Since we couldn't convince Ferdinand to give up on this desperate last stand, we have no choice but to give him what he wants. If we win this battle, the Alliance will finally be back to where it was before the Empire invaded. No matter who you face on the battlefield, hold nothing back. Hit them with everything you've got. They've got nowhere to run. We must force the enemy generals to surrender.
It was quite brilliant to surround them like this, Claude, and it could not have been accomplished without my father.
Our escape route has been cut off. There must be some way to break through.
Would you give it up already? You only keep losing troops if you... Huh? Wait, that's...
Did we make it in time? The situation doesn't look great, but we've still got a job to do.
We'll cut a path for you. Follow us.
You're Ferdinand, right? We've secured an escape route. Hurry and get your troops out of here.
The mercenary company. You have my gratitude. Everyone, proceed to the escape route at once.
Captain Gerald! Oh no. I really don't want to do this, but I can't let them get away.
The entire army will crumble if I am defeated. I must retreat with everyone else, regardless of what happens.
I can't do this anymore. But I've got to make sure everyone gets away.
Is Bernadetta the sniper? Perhaps we should use the information we obtained about the enemy's formations.
Where are these arrows coming from? We'll never catch up to the enemy if we don't stop them.
We'll show them how determined we are.
The path is shut.
The enemy is over there. Let us finish this.
They found me! Stay away! I found her.
I had a feeling it was you, Bernadetta. You don't seem to be willing to listen in that state.
The enemy doesn't seem that interested in fighting. We may be able to convince her to surrender.
Forward, march!
Bernadetta, could you maybe stop fighting? Wait, what? No, I'm not ready to die. Please, don't murder me.
Captain Gerald, I leave the rest to you. I will rally the troops who have managed to withdraw.
Captain, we should join the front line as well. We must save as many soldiers as we can.
There you go, getting all worked up again. But I guess our pay will get docked if we just stand around.
Now we can focus on pursuing them. Wait, something's happening in the central area. What is that?
You will not go any further.
So that's the Ashen Demon, huh? Don't engage them if you can help it. Focus on stopping the Imperial troops.
Is that Alois? Did he leave the Knights of Saros?
I'm afraid that's it for me. I must withdraw.
Do you remember me, Captain? Well, even if you don't, we have to fight.
Oh, Leone! You've grown so much since I last saw you. They got me beat, huh? Hey, it happens. All right, I'm falling back.
We've considerably weakened the mercenaries. All that's left is to catch Ferdinand.
Hey, Captain. This counts as a win for me, right?
We can advance now. Forward!
You're more capable than I expected.
We must prioritize the Imperial troops. There is no need to engage if you're having difficulties.
I know we were told not to engage, but isn't this a great opportunity to see how much you've grown?
The escape point is before us. Go, everyone! I will provide you with backup. They have turned their attention back to us. We must cut a path once more.
We can't let our blockade fall apart. We need reinforcements.
Sorry, but our fight ends here.
I let them slip away like it was nothing.
You caught up to me, but I shall not surrender here. So this is where it ends.
Lord Ferdinand, please retreat. I will hold them off. I promised Her Majesty that I would protect you at all costs, and I intend to see that promise through.
Edelgard truly made you promise such a thing? But I cannot very well abandon you here.
If we lose you, we lose the whole army. Please go, so that everyone might live.
I am sorry. The rest is in your hands.
What? How could you allow this to happen, Claude?
If you're with the Alliance army, then I'm here to stop you.
My lord, please be on your guard. You cannot underestimate those who've been backed into a corner.
Yeah, but we can't just ignore her.
Her Majesty entrusted me with these soldiers. I cannot allow them to die needlessly. At least Lord Ferdinand got away. Your Majesty, if only I could have seen you. One last.
Their general escaped, but we struck a blow to the Imperial army nonetheless. I'd call this a victory.
Well, we did it.
Yet you're still the saddest-looking fighter in camp. Why the long face?
Because we only barely got the job done. Everything else was a miserable failure. Sure, we routed the Imperial army and forced Geralt and his mercenaries to retreat, but we let Ferdinand get away in the process. And if that wasn't bad enough, I failed to beat the Ashen Demon. Basically, we lost in nearly every way you can lose.
Wrong. You were hired to do a job, and you did it. And in the process, you've received a valuable reminder about the unique danger the Ashen Demon poses.
Unique danger? Not sure I'd go that far.
And what other phrase would you use for a mercenary that can single-handedly change the tide of battle? If we're to win this war, the Ashen Demon needs to be eliminated as soon as possible.
Yeah, you're probably right. Thanks for the chat.
Did you manage to find Ferdinand and his troops?
No, but I spotted tracks that suggest they fled toward Garreg Mach.
So they've given up on the southern route and are making their way back to the Empire by circling west. It won't be easy to catch them now.
I'm just relieved that Ferdinand is still alive.
I must admit, I am too.
Yeah, same here. I just wish we could have caught him, though. Knowing Ferdinand, he's gonna think the only way to redeem himself is by attacking us again.
Well, if he does, I'll just chase him away. I'll send that guy packing as many times as we need.
I'm more worried about Geralt and his mercenaries.
I'm with you on that.
Right. Ferdinand would have never escaped if Geralt's people weren't covering him. I suspect this won't be the last we see of them. We can't let their smaller numbers lull us into a false sense of security. That's a surefire way to get beaten. On the bright side, we've taken down most of what was left of the Imperial Army's invasion force. I think it's fair to say the Alliance has officially made it to the other side of this crisis. Great work, everyone.
May I ask what our next move is, my lord?
Well, as you know, the Empire is currently locked in battle with the Kingdom of Fargus. With fronts to the east and the west, the Empire is stretched thin. They've been forced to divide their army. I'd be curious to hear what my favorite mercenary thinks. What would your next move be?
As the brains of this duo, I'll take this one. The answer couldn't be clearer. Attack the enemy's homeland.
We should cross the Great Bridge of Myrden and mount an assault on Empire territory. If we move in now, we'll have a real shot at winning.
Exactly what I was thinking. We should seize the initiative and strike before the Emperor and Count Burgleys can muster a response.
I agree. They attacked us first, so we're fully justified in a retaliation. What's more, if we can claim House Burgleys' farmlands for ourselves, then the Alliance should be sitting pretty for a century to come.
Isn't Count Burgleys known for his incredible strength?
He may be Adrestia's mightiest warrior, but at the end of the day, he's still just one man. The Empire's invasion of Leicester has failed. That crack in their armor is just the opening we need to strike.
If victory means peace for the Alliance, I'm all for it. I won't lose to this Count, no matter how tough he is.
I'm sure if we don't take this opportunity, it won't be long before the Empire regroups and attacks us again. I don't approve of this at all. Surely the Alliance army is already exhausted from fighting multiple battles.
So many of our soldiers are wounded. We should give them time to rest and recover.
If our attacks were to somehow fail, then the Alliance would be plunged right back into crisis. And need I remind you, the next time the Empire knocks on our metaphorical door, we will not be able to employ the same tricks again.
We won't fail. I'll handle Count Burgleys myself, and I will vanquish him.
But, Holst, can you really afford to be away from our territory for so long? Elmira could strike at any moment.
My, this conversation's certainly gotten heated. Do I sense another round-table meeting in the works?
Seems like this kind of decision would need one of those conferences, huh?
That's how it goes around here, yeah. I guess we'll just have to table this discussion until then.
I've returned, Father.
Yes.
Father, between your feigned betrayal and surprise attack at the Great Bridge, your leadership in this war has been nothing short of exceptional. However, I must ask why you felt it necessary to exclude me from your plans. I could have assisted you had I only known your intentions.
No. If Deirdre had fallen, House Gloucester would have remained a loyal vassal to the Empire. There was no need for you to share the stigma of that betrayal. I wanted your hands to remain clean. You are, after all, the heir to the noble House Gloucester.
Father.
But I will tell you this. Claude von Regan is dangerous. In this matter, I allowed him to inveigle me into going along with his scheme. And what was born of this plan of his? Much of our domain became a battlefield, its citizens exposed to considerable peril.
That seems a small price to pay considering all we have gained.
An alliance leader who dismisses any amount of suffering is unfit to bear the title. I am convinced that Claude will never understand this.
Now, that is not necessarily...
Listen to me, Lawrence. I am done obeying that reckless child.
You cannot mean to secede from the alliance.
No, of course not. I intend to yield my title.
What?
Claude may be the one to save our alliance, but I refuse to serve under him all the same. You, however, are much more adept at dealing with his particular style of leadership. Would you not agree?
You are proposing I become head of this house? Are you certain?
Lawrence, my son, I have long forced you to uphold my own ideals. That, too, ends today. Going forward, you shall act in accordance with your own beliefs. My only stipulation is that you never forget your duty to protect the common folk and always consider their best interests.
You have my word. I stand both honored and humbled to accept the countship of House Gloucester.
Golden Wildfire. A contest of beasts. Having struck down the Imperial Army's incursion, the Alliance sees an opportunity to launch a counter-invasion. The Round Table convenes and urges the plan to go forward. The Alliance Army targets Burghley's territory, just beyond the Great Bridge. They advance to seize its fertile lands, which are protected by the Empire's Minister of Military Affairs.
Having been vested with my father's authority, I cast the vote for House Goneril. We vote yea.
And how say you, Count Gloucester?
I have decided to yield House Gloucester's seat to my son. Lawrence, you will cast your vote as the new head of our house.
Before I do, might I inquire as to the position of Count Ordelia?
Count Ordelia couldn't attend in person, so he was briefed in advance on this meeting's agenda, at which time he expressed that House Ordelia would support the opinion of the council.
Then House Gloucester will join Houses Edmund and Goneril and offer no objection. We vote yea.
Then with the approval of all houses, the Alliance will move forward with the proposal.
Huh. Duke Goneril's position came as no surprise, but I didn't expect Margrave Edmund to show so much interest in your plan.
Margrave Edmund knows an opportunity when he sees one. I'm just glad that his calculations swung in our favor.
It goes without saying, but as the leader of House Daphne, you have my full support. But I hope you understand that some of our other frontline commanders don't share my enthusiasm.
Oh, I'm well aware. I'll need to find some way to get everyone on board. The Round Table voted on our next course of action, and support for an attack on the Empire was unanimous. We need to get preparations underway.
Unanimous? I was led to believe that my father would be too busy overseeing the restoration of our territory to attend.
The Count made me his proxy, which I interpreted as a sign of support.
That's surprising. I'd heard Ordelia territory suffered greatly when the Empire invaded.
Are you sure my father has agreed to this? Our resources are limited enough as it is. I can't imagine what we could spare for an extended campaign.
Is it really a good idea to keep fighting this war?
Since Houses Ordelia and Gloucester suffered the brunt of the casualties in our previous battles, we plan to ask relatively little of them going forward. In fact, Margrave Edmund has generously agreed to raise the lion's share of the funds we'll need.
My adoptive father views this war as just another investment. He must be expecting significant returns.
And he has every right to a return comparable to his contribution. Look, this isn't something you all need to worry about. Now, Lawrence, since you're the head of House Gloucester, would you care to elaborate on your thoughts about the proposal?
Given the treachery House Gloucester has shown the Alliance as of late, I did not believe we were in any position to object to your proposal. Therefore, I chose to quietly acquiesce during the Round Table.
That so-called treachery was all part of the plan to save the Alliance. No one actually thinks your house betrayed us.
Laudable results do not erase duplicitous intent. Had the winds shifted in their favor, my father was prepared to remain with the Empire.
Yeesh. All right, let's ask someone else. What do you think, my friend?
Hasn't the decision already been made? At this point, you should be free to speak your mind.
I don't know. Seems like it might be a little too soon for an invasion.
That's what I think, too. Maybe if we don't do anything to provoke them, the Empire will leave us be for a while.
I just want to be clear about one thing. I'm not trying to invade the Empire because of some personal ambition. Seizing House Burgleys' territory is essential to the future of the Alliance. That much won't change whether we continue to wage war with the Empire or simply need a little leverage for peace talks. This fight is about protecting our future. So I'm asking you all to lend me your strength, because I can't do this alone.
Oh, all right. I'm sure you must have agonized over this decision.
I suppose the die has been cast. What matters now is that we win.
That's true. All right. I'll steel my resolve and fight.
This battle is for everyone in the Alliance. I'm gonna fight with all my muscles, even the ones I don't know are there.
I'm in too. And I'm not about to let Geralt and his mercenaries beat me either.
I may be the one drawing up the plans, but it's up to all of us to see them through. I know you won't let me down.
Your Excellency, I have a report concerning the movements of the Alliance army.
Go on.
Enemy troops throughout the Alliance have marched south and are now gathering on the north side of the Great Bridge of Myrddin. The scale of their force is much larger than what would be expected of a defensive operation.
So it's come to this, has it? Who would have imagined that the Alliance would dare threaten my territory?
What do we do? Should we ask Edelgard to send reinforcements?
No. This isn't worth troubling Her Majesty over.
Are you sure? We lost an awful lot of soldiers when we were defeated at the bridge.
The main force of Her Majesty's army has been sent to the Kingdom front. It would be more trouble than it's worth to call them back. Besides, you remember that mercenary company that performed so well before? They're back with us.
You mean the one run by that Geralt guy? I gotta admit, they do seem to know their stuff.
In addition, we can expect reinforcements from that meddlesome oxwoman. That should round out our numbers.
Well, when you put it like that, maybe we really can handle this. So what's next? Are we gonna crush them with a head-on attack?
We'll meet the Alliance army at Gronder Field. The area once used to stage the Battle of the Eagle and Lion will serve well. After all, it has already been trampled beyond use, and I doubt the enemy will go out of their way to burn our fields, given that they plan on seizing them.
I bet Holst will be part of the invasion force. He's the one who fought back all those Almiran armies. I've been dying to take him on.
You'll do no such thing. I'm going to face him myself.
But why? How do you know I can't take him if you won't even let me try?
The fact that you don't know only proves you're not ready to face an opponent like him. Besides, Holst is hardly the only foe we need to focus on. I doubt Count Gloucester was acting alone when he devastated the Imperial army. I'm sure the Alliance's leader, Claude, hatched that scheme. We need to be wary of him.
Claude, huh? Yeah, he did seem like a pretty crafty guy.
Tactics like that may work for some, but don't expect our house to come up with schemes of our own. We'll see through the enemy's tricks, and then quash them with our might.
All right, we're gonna crush their flimsy ploys with some good old-fashioned brawling. Let's do it!
General Nader, our troops are completely exhausted. Everyone's starving and we're running out of water.
I'm sorry, but I'm going to need you to bear it a little longer. If we don't ration our provisions, we won't have enough for the way back.
We didn't bring enough supplies for the journey back? What is Prince Shahid thinking?
I'm sure the only thing he's focused on is that fantasy of his, where he earns enough renown to secure his succession to the throne. He's so convinced he'll sup on the spoils of victory, he hasn't even bothered to prepare for defeat.
Well, that explains it then. I sure hope this battle ends the way the prince wants it to.
You and me both. If we win, great. But if we stumble here, we're as good as dead.
Why is His Majesty letting Prince Shahid do as he pleases?
His Majesty hasn't been himself since Prince Khalid disappeared. Khalid was always his favorite, you know.
Nader, the next batch of reinforcements will be arriving shortly. A force of elite troops, courtesy of my uncle. Rejoice!
Oh, even more reinforcements?
The size of the army is what decides most battles. And with me in command, it should be nigh impossible for an army of this size to lose.
Well, actually, advantageous terrain may be more important.
We can continue this later. March out to greet the new arrivals and get them into formation. I will go rally them afterwards.
If only we could feast on lofty speeches. Then we'd eat like kings.
An army this size limits the tactics we can use. Ugh. They're going to think we're just a horde of barbarians. This is no fun at all. If only you were here, kiddo.
Is something wrong, my lord? Have you noticed anything amiss?
No, it's nothing. Looks like we're coming up on Gronder Field.
And here I was, bracing for a ruthless attack the moment we crossed the Great Bridge.
It seems like Count Burgles wants to settle this the old-fashioned way. No tricks, just one soldier bashing into another. And look at that. He was nice enough to have his troops all lined up and waiting for us.
Those are all offensive formations. It's as if each battalion is a giant monster ready to pounce.
I thought the army that invaded Leicester was fearsome. But this force, they are truly in a league of their own.
Your legs are shaking, Lawrence. Are you scared?
Don't be preposterous. I'm merely quivering with excitement over the impending battle.
Hey, check it out. Looks like we'll be up against Gerald's company again today.
Yep. And this time, I'll slay the Ashen Demon for sure.
Well, my business is with their captain. I just wish there was a way I could speak to him.
You know Gerald?
Of course. I'm his apprentice. But I haven't seen him in years. Not since he left my village. Don't get me wrong. I'm not about to go easy on him just because he trained me. I want to take him on and show him how much stronger I've gotten.
Gerald's really tough. Don't get yourself killed, okay?
You don't need to worry about me. I'll get out of there if it turns out I'm no match for him. Then I'll just keep challenging him until I am.
Watch out for the mercenaries. But remember, our real target is the Imperial Army's top commander, Count Burgles.
If you aren't confident you can handle him, then keep your distance. But not to worry, because I'll be the one to bring him to his knees.
I'm counting on that, Holst. Look alive, everyone. The battle's about to start.